Good day, dear learners! Today is indeed a blissful day. So let's take another leap of excitement and create fun in learning. I am so glad to be part of your journey as you discover new lessons through television. Airing from TV Escuela of DepEd Davao de Oro, I am your teacher on screen, Teacher Excelle Visitacion Balinas from the special program in journalism of Compostela National High School, Compostela East District. I will be your learning companion today for our campus journalism class, radio broadcasting for grade 9. Before we proceed, do not forget to like, share, and hit the subscribe button for updates of our latest videos. At this time, plug yourself in for our journalism venture. Together, let us master the competencies as we aim to continue education amidst the challenges of the distance learning. To start with, make sure that you are now in your most convenient learning spot. Grab your pen and notebook and direct your attention to our class. Would that be all right? Great! So, what are we waiting for? Let's get the ball rolling. In this session, you will learn to write radio commentaries, which will help you become good and effective student journalist. At the end of our video episode, you are expected to first, identify the important features of a commentary. Second, observe ethical standards in giving opinions. And third, compose a commentary based on school, community, national, and international issues. Now, are you familiar with this section in a newspaper? Or how about these images? Do you often scroll down news articles or social media posts to read the comments below? Or are you fond of listening radio anchors giving comments on certain live sports, for example?
Watching adult men play a simple child's game, all while being paid more than the president.
Okay, chick. And it seems as though the millionaires are ready to play their game, so we can stop stalling with the mindless chat.
And the rhinos bring the ball into play.
And the alleged rapist passes the big orange ball to the sweaty legal giant. Hey, slam it!
Well, sometimes we all like to imbibe the wisdom of the crowd. It is very easy to have an opinion these days, but getting someone to see the world from your point of view takes a little more skill. From newspaper op-eds to radio perspectives, there is a growing market for content, grounded in one person's lived experience. Radio listeners have a right to objective and factual reporting. They rely on journalists giving them correct, unprejudiced, and balanced information. Listeners do not want to be manipulated. This means that as student journalist, you should report the facts. Listeners are hardly ever interested in our personal opinions. They should never become visible in the news you write or in your reports. You will not be credible with these informative formats if you include your personal opinions. However, there is one journalistic format that is different. A format that is more or less in total contrast to the above-mentioned rules. And do you want to know this journalistic format? Well then, try to unscramble the letters below. Clue: it is an expression of opinions. Can you guess the word? Very good! The word is commentary. Now, let us define commentary. A commentary contains and explains a journalist's personal opinion about a controversial issue. But unlike a radio report, it cannot be objective or balanced. It always reflects a subjective point of view of the writer. It also confronts listeners with a clearly stated opinion about the issue and aims to make them think about how they themselves feel about it. The usual length of a commentary in a radio program is between 2 and 4 minutes. Well, the main aim of a commentary is not to inform the listeners about facts. Instead, its objective is to complement the reporting of a current issue, discuss, evaluate, and show possible consequences. Now, you may ask, when and why do we use this journalistic format? This personal opinion and line of argumentation help listeners form their own opinions. Remember that listeners will either agree or disagree with your opinion. A commentary never stands alone. In a radio program, it may, for instance, follow the news block or a report. It is important that the topic of a commentary has already been covered in the program. That way, listeners already know the basic facts before they are confronted with an opinion about the issue. However, the commentary must be clearly separated from the informative parts of the radio program through an introduction and a back announcement. These studio announcements should tell listeners that they are about to hear a commentary and give the name of the commentator. Now, this time, try to listen and watch this sample radio commentary.
Broadcasting live from the center stage meditation performance, bringing you the hottest and latest news updates of the hour. This is CNH's 24/7 Star News Patrol. In the service of DepEd Davao de Oro, I am Dimple Alpos, your voice on air. A while ago, we have heard about the news of Miss Universe Russia 2020 Elina Sampo, who comes under fire for a racist video with her makeup artist. In the video, Sampo is seen laughing as her makeup artist mocked the Miss Universe profiles on the voting app. Now, to give us a commentary on the said issue, here's Lian Maytan. Lian?
Yes, Dimple, following the iconic arrival of the delegates is a wave of controversies, hypotheses, and proportions. Miss Universe Russia 2020 laughing as her makeup artist mocks the Miss Universe candidates' profiles, while the Miss U voting app has recently gone viral. Despite the fact that Alina Sanko is not seen making any comments to their friend, she still receives backlash and criticism. In addition, the organization's main objectives are to find beauty and diversity and reach out to the whole world as a spokesperson. The video clearly portrayed racism. It unintentionally promoted misogyny, which sadly came from a woman. Though she had not been captured making feedbacks about the other contenders, she still has to be condoned and held accountable for her actions. The terminology confidently beautiful with the heart was highlighted by the said organization. In conclusion, tolerating this kind of behavior is kind of hypocrisy and completely artificial. Her reaction towards the mockery summed up her intentions and pretensions in her reign. The attitude she showed is not only queen herself. Alina Sango embodies superiority complex. In this world where human of color fills in the unending gap and void, an absurd cultural touchstones should be alleviated. A beauty queen should have compassion towards everyone, and I don't think Alina is ready to stand up against discrimination caused by influences. This has been Ian Nathan, your news, our business.
The studio introduction and back announcement tell listeners that this part of the program reflects only one person's opinion, and that of the commentator, and not the broadcaster's opinion. Commentaries in newspapers usually reflect the political standpoint of the journal. As student journalist, you must give room to all relevant political standpoints and make sure that you broadcast commentaries with differing opinions. For example, if the radio program includes a pro commentary today, it should contain a con commentary tomorrow. Opposing commentaries can even run back to back in a program. Now, what could be the subject of a commentary? The subject of a commentary must be controversial and of common interest. It must be an issue about which people can have vastly different opinions. For the structure, a commentary must have first, the opening statement. A strong opening statement is essential for a good commentary. This is your first opportunity to express your opinion and attract the listener's attention. Second, facts. You should now quickly summarize the most important facts. Even if your topic is in the news and of general interest, you cannot assume that your listeners remember all the relevant details. That is why you should include the most important facts in your text. Third, argumentation. This is the central part of your commentary. Here, you should give further details, possibly some background information. And fourth, assessment or conclusion. At the end of the commentary, you can summarize your point of view in one strong, clear statement. Avoid being indecisive in your closing sentences. Try to look at the sample commentary. In a radio commentary, you can do something you are not allowed to do in a news item or a report. You can clearly voice your opinions and not have to remain neutral and objective. But this is by no means as easy as it sounds. Radio commentaries have to follow rules or ethical standards, and this is present in Society for Professional Journalism Code of Ethics. After all, a radio is not a coffee shop where everybody can just blurt out what they think. Remember that a commentary is a value judgment, but it must never turn into emotional gossip or even hate speech. You must always make sure that you are not insulting or hurting anyone personally, as it is a well-worded opinion piece, but no place for personal insults or calls for hate and violence. Now, let us assess your learning by answering this activity. Write true if the statement is correct, and false if not. I will give you time to do this one. Are you done, learners? Good job! Now, it's time for us to check your answers. Did you answer all the items correctly? Great! Now, as you put your knowledge into higher application, analyze the given videos as it present international, national, community, and school issues. This will be the basis for writing your commentaries. Here is the first video.
The European Union has launched its COVID vaccine rollout with plans to vaccinate more than 450 million people. The first 200 million doses are from Pfizer. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely has a look at how the rollouts are going outside the U.S.
In the global race between injections and infections, millions have now been vaccinated against the COVID virus.
Now, what is your stand on this issue? Do you have any opinion about it? Good! Now take a look on the second video.
This is how Malacanang describes President Rodrigo Duterte's move to address China's presence in the West Philippine Sea amid diplomatic protests and international backlash. In his latest two public briefings, the president was silent on the Julian Felipe Reef. But the tensions brought by Chinese presence in the country's exclusive economic zone have been a nagging issue through the years, and one diplomat says that should be a national concern. CNN Philippines spoke to Consul General Henry Bensurto Jr. He was part of the legal team in the 2016 arbitral ruling against China.
What is your opinion about this issue? Well, that's great! Look at the third video.
Teachers from a municipality in Davao de Oro are gearing up for the so-called blended learning, but not without difficulties. Gemma Vansenia is reporting to us live from Davao de Oro. Gem, how are the teachers coping?
Mako Municipality, it took the News 5 team an hour to reach Barangay Nulete. Since it's surrounded with mountains and trees, it's difficult to look for a cell phone signal.
This one presents a local issue. Any opinion about it? Excellent! How about this last video?
Okay, first there was this clarification in that letter coming from the Department of National Defense saying that they do not intend to suppress academic freedom they do not intend to station military or police within the or on campus at the University of the Philippines. Do you buy this?
First of all, even though DND's Lorenzana attempts to talk democracy, DND ultimately fails to protect such freedoms as academic freedom and other civil liberties, because in the same letter they red tagged and terror tagged UP students and UP community.
What can you say about this one? Wow, that's good! Now that you have done watching, you may start your in-depth research about the issues so you can present evidences to support your opinions. I'm pretty sure that you are all excited now to speak out your opinions on those issues. So, Grade 9 SPJ learners, are you ready to write your own commentary? That's great! So at this time, I want you to get your pen and paper and you may start writing your commentaries on the issues presented. Remember to follow the structure that we discussed a while ago. After accomplishing your task, you may submit your output to your teacher in campus journalism. Well, I hope that you learn a lot from our session today. Have a nice day, SPJ learners! Be reminded always that it is okay to disagree with the thoughts or opinions expressed by other people because this does not give us the right to deny any sense we might make. This has been your teacher on screen, Teacher Excelle Visitacion Balinas from the special program in journalism of Compostela National High School, Compostela East District. Saying, dito sa TV Eskwela, sa pag-aaral, sama-sama. Bye-bye!